Yesterday I told you I think that we made a mistake, 'cause you and I, we lost our sight. It's all about give and take. I don't wanna see when you're at parties with Ollie and the others. You know I really got along with him and your family. Your ex got barely said. Did we do it right? You know, no. Did we speak from our hearts so we could make it right without a fight? You know, no. Imagine what would happen if we did it right. It got me spinning round, round. 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 I'm standing here in plain sight. Still it doesn't seem like you see me. I hate everything about this night. Doesn't matter what I do can get to you. I don't wanna see when you're at parties with Ollie and the others. You know I really got along with him and your family. Your ex got barely said. Did we do it right? You know, no. Did we speak from our hearts so we could make it right without a fight? You know, no. Imagine what would happen if we did it right. It got me spinning round, round. 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 Why can't we just be honest? Why can't we just be honest? You know, no. Did we speak from our hearts so we could make it right without a fight? You know, no. Imagine what would happen if we did.
Some mic sound there. Good. Hey, we got a good cutoff too. That was pretty lucky. Sometimes your music just cuts off at the right time. All right, this is Dad Random. This is day 2. Day 2. I just noticed I got a little pushback on a comment from yesterday. I was a little bit wound up, I would say. Basically trying to just reference as much as, I was called disingenuous and that I was making up stuff. I expect that, but thank you for popping in though, Warren. I really appreciate it. We should get a nice little group probably that shows up, but this is part 2 of the EXO experience. EXO is claiming to be I kid you not. This is on their channel right here. This is on their web. The next big thing. So here, let me go and take my. But they're claiming to be the next big thing. I'm just saying. They claim that because of overpriced, drone companies like DJI and I guess, why are they any different? That's my question. Disingenuous. You're selling toy drones at premium prices. So I look at, disingenuousness, but anyway, you're always going to hurt feelings, but the next big thing, this is the claim, The next big, that means, okay, when you say things like next big thing, you are assuming that you are leading in the effort of pushing the drone world forward. But you're doing no different. You're basically trailing behind in technology. You're basically using what other people have already created, and you're calling yourself the next big thing. You're overpricing yourself. I would say if you want to be the next big thing, try to figure out how to get the cost lower and provide the same amount of quality. And what's happening is there is neither happening. So am I picking on EXO? Yeah, I guess I am. But I'm trying to give them basically. I'm trying to put some facts out there. I'm not trying to not sell their product. What I'm trying to do is bring some truth out as to what it basically actually can do. And I don't, and if Charlie, okay, the founder of this company, is a really young guy. Now, he's from my state. I'm from the same state. I'm from the state of Utah. This person is from northern Utah, is my guess. And they have basically rebranded something from China that basically already existed in the company called Hubsan. And they're basically taking this rebranded product, jacking the price up, and basically selling what they say is newer technology. And it's no newer, it's no, so I'm getting right into it. But I challenge Charlie. You can contact me, EXO. I'm from the same state you're from, and you prove to me that you are who you say you are, leading technology, providing. You send me a drone, send me your best product. I'm challenging you right now, EXO. I am challenging you to send me an EXO drone of your best quality, and I want you to make me feel good as a drone flyer. So I'm kind of a DJI fanboy. Even in the FPV, I use a category. It's okay. It's okay to be a fanboy. You're a fan of something that works really well. When you put on DJI FPV goggles for the first time and you fly the DJI FPV drone, it is an absolute rush. And it's new technology. It's cutting edge. These guys are pushing the envelope. They're creating the digital market, and they're just flowing forward. This crazy, like crazy. And you can't call yourself the next big thing if you're not doing anything new or different or better. So we're just going to start right there with that rant there. So this is a Hubsan Mini, Sam. They say that they are putting different, basically different. They're taking a platform that exists and they're improving it. So that's the claim. Now I've got just like yesterday. I have got a bunch of video examples. I went to two very, what I would consider to be reputable drone reviewers, okay? Actually, I've got 3 up there, so we're 3 and 3. And I'm using only my own footage, okay? So I'm not being disingenuous. And I purposefully went, okay, I want to find the best EXO footage I can find in 4K. And today, I'm actually going to throw up a drone that is not 4K. Actually, 2 drones that are not 4K that are going to go up against EXO's 4K. So we're going to forge ahead. We're going to look at some of the specs of this EXO Mini Pro, and they claim to be a Mini Pro. And like I said, send me one. Show me it. Show me the money. If you're claiming this, change my mind. Do something to change my mind. All you got to do is prove to me, with a product. Just give me a product. I'll even send it back to you. You don't have to give it to me. Send it to me. Let me review it. Let me fly it. And I'll send it back to you. I'm not going to buy it though, because you have not proven to me that you are worthy of $7, $8, $9, $1,000. So you're up there in Salt Lake. If you say you're up there in Salt Lake, you're 1 day of mail away from me. Send it down to St. George. Send me your best. Send me your Black Hawk. Send me your faux air with the Hubsan transmitter, which I've already flown with. I've flown what they call the state-of-the-art Hubsan product. Okay, I've flown the Hubsan, what I called the Goonie bird, because it was a Goonie bird. It freaking sucked. It was terrible. It was a big bird, a big drone that I did get it to hover for 28 minutes. So, but its color science was crap. Its transmission system was, less than anything I've ever flown before that. I wouldn't be negative on it if I didn't fly it. So yes, if you have not, please hit the I'm here button. You can be like, or you can be not like. If you're somebody that's, going to be, you want to, test my resolve as far as, questions and answers, I'm going to definitely answer the person that's comment went up on my last video, which I'm totally open to. You can comment all you want. That's what it's for. It's an open forum. But if you're going to claim to be the next big thing, then you better be the next big thing. That's just a claim. That's just like saying, right now I'm paying $5 for gas, saying it's okay. It's really good to pay $5 for gas. This is why. You're basically telling me, hey, you can overpay for this drone. This is why. Because we're the next big thing. So, Charlie, up in Salt Lake, I respect you, by the way, for putting yourself out there. I'm putting myself out there because with entrepreneurs, there's people that look at entrepreneurs and what they're creating, and we basically get to challenge it. We get to talk about it. So, Air 2 Army is out. I actually have some Air 2 footage that I'm going to throw up today because of, what I did is I have 3 EXO still shots. What we're looking at video quality. Okay. Now, none of these videos clips we're not talking about Jello anymore. Okay. We talked a little, that came up last time in the footage, and quite honestly, I didn't see any Jello in these 3 examples from the EXO Mini Pro. I did not see any Jello there. Okay. I did see somebody, though, yesterday get it ready to fly by doing a gyro calibration. Who in the heck, next big thing drone, if you're a big boy, we don't do gyro calibrations before our flights because the new technology doesn't require that. So even my Mini SE never gyro calibrated it. Mini 2 never gyro calibrated it. Mini 1 never gyro calibrated it. None of them. Air 2S, no gyro calibration. Autel, yes, I did gyro calibrate their Evo 2 after I damn near crashed it. But it didn't crash it didn't go wacko because of the gyro calibration. I just turned off the GPS lock when I tried to hand launch it the first time. I actually tried to I did successfully hand launch the Hubsan Xeno 2 Pro and damn near threw it onto the ground. So I stopped hand launching just to Air 2 or Air 2S or Mini 3 Pro. Your opinion for recreation flyers, best for the dollar? Oh boy, that's a good question. They're all getting really reasonable. You didn't put, okay, Sam, you didn't put the Mini 2 on there. Let's just go right there right now. Let's just jump into there. I already was prepared for this. This is the best price drone right there. $379, you can get a Mini 2 and in a refurbished package for $379. That is absolutely the best deal out there when it comes to like low cost, but because you're getting ACCESORIES with that thing. You're getting ACCESORIES with the Mini 2. And ACCESORIES makes this drone a 2+ mile bird. You can fly over 2 miles with ACCESORIES too. Now, what I liked about with this platform as well is you can fly with 2 different battery systems. You can fly, no, the Mini 2 is not better. The Mini 2 is not better than the Air 2 or the Air 2S, Sam. I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm just looking for value. Okay. I'd say the Air 2S. You can't even find one right now. The Air 2S is that good. Everybody wants an Air 2S. Harley FPV just jumped in. I'm gonna put him on my moderator list on here. I'm ready for everything today. I wasn't ready yesterday, but let's see, add moderator. But if you're a fan of the EXO, you can be on this channel. I don't mind. I paid $400 for a Hubsan drone, and it was an absolute nightmare to own it. And I never crashed it. Yeah, I never crashed it. Forced landing / never crashed. But it did not give me any comfort flying at all. And I did see a flight today where he was doing a distance flight and he lost connection. The drone turned around and flew home. I have never lost connection. With only the Mini 1 did I lose connection on a distance flight. All the other flights went beyond the distances that I believed that they could fly. None of them lost FPV or connection except for the Mini 1. And the Mini 1 was a prototype. Okay, so thank you. You're welcome, Harley. Appreciate you being on here. So I'm just, guys, I've only got, let's say, I'm going to be very honest, okay? And I've been honest with everybody. This is my platform that I can talk about drones. My goal is not to destroy EXO. My goal is to get EXO to send me a product so I can help you make it better, just like DJI does. Okay. Or you can live in the dark. You can defend the drones that are out there, and you can say that they're, what did we say that you said they were? The next big thing. The next big thing. And, disingenuous. Somebody said that they've owned a bunch of EXO drones, okay? And EXO, first of all, hasn't been around that long. So for you to own a bunch of EXO drones, you must have a friend. because most people buy maybe one drone a year. They don't buy 5X. If you're going to buy 5 drones, then why aren't you buying a Mavic 3? You know, if you're going to buy 5 EXO drones, okay, let's say you buy, okay, let's put the numbers out there. Say you bought 4 EXO drones, 5 EXO drones, let's say. Okay, say you paid an average of $300 a piece, plus tax. That's almost $1,700 you've spent on toy drones when you could have bought one Air 2S and have the best drone that you've ever owned. So I'm just right. That's where I'm at. All right. So here we go. My beginning rant was 20 minutes. We got the Quad Mafia up here showing support. Frank S. is in the house. Sam Rose is in the house. Fly Zone is in the house. Mike Henrik, of course, is in the house. Harley FPV, a new listener, is in the house. Okay, I'm waiting for Kai to pop in. I think, did I miss anybody? Let me get up to the very top here. Warren Chavis, thank you. Long time watching. Thank you, Warren. I really appreciate it. But once again, I'm going to say this over and over and over again in this stream. I do not want EXO drone to be a failure. I just don't want them to be a joke, like Hubsan became. Hubsan became a joke because they claimed to do all these things. They actually did a really good thing in the toy market at the very beginning. If you go into the early toy market of Hubsan, they were respectable and people were, you know, they were leading. And, you know, maybe EXO is going to bring these guys into the next, I have both new EXO drones and they're both fantastic. Okay. Okay. How are they okay. I want you to tell me why they're so fantastic. Okay. You have over 200 drones. There you go. That's why. But when you claim something is fantastic, why is it is it fantastic from a toy drone standpoint? Now there you go. Let's make this argument. So before you go, I'm gonna moderate you because I appreciate your bravery jumping onto a stream that's kind of beaten up on a little bit. We're kind of rough on EXO right now. The M30, was it the M50? That's bad A. That's okay. The Enterprise Advanced, cool, but that the Matrice that thing is another world, man. That's okay. But okay, so I'm gonna throw my case down. Okay, I'm gonna throw my case, and you, before you go, okay, I want you to look at this stuff because now we love drones. If you have over 200 drones, I don't have over 200 drones. I don't love that many drones. I continually look for a better product, and then I keep the ones that are really good products longer until something that replaces it basically replaces it as a better, with better technology, or that gives me a better tool to take pictures. I'm going to tell you right now, if I bought 4 EXO drones, I sure as heck wouldn't be buying them to take photos of houses. I wouldn't be buying it to do photography of the environment unless I was just going to, I wanted memories for, for my own personal use, because they're not the photographic quality of those drones is just not that good. It's proven. It's a fact. It destroys the colors of photographs. So, all right. So okay. But has it come forward from where I've last seen it? Yeah, it's come forward. I even put some examples up. I've got some more examples today. I've got some good examples of EXO video And what we need to do is, with the 1080, because that's all we can do it with. But you can learn a lot from a reproduction, okay? And there's, this is their site. I mean, they did a great job. I'm just telling you, they did a marvelous job with marketing their site, okay? This is a marketing, they spent a lot of money putting this together, okay? But just because you're marketing, just because you put lipstick on something, doesn't mean it's sexy, okay? It's selling. It's complete selling. It's like anything, you're trying to sell something, the best way to sell your product is to make a good one. It's to make the best, okay? And to make claims that you can back up. So here we go. Here's an EXO drone. Here's an EXO drone. This is the Mini Pro. And now these clips are coming from reviewers. Okay, this is half chrome. Okay, very reputable reviewer. So this is the color science within this. Now he's got a downward shot looking in the water. And what we're doing is we're looking for reflections. We got some reflections. We've got some greenery. Now that, of course, that's oversaturated greenery. He probably saturated that himself. I don't believe the drone did that. Okay. If the drone did it, he could, he would put it in HD mode and you can get all those colors. You can also put it in vivid and all those things like that. Okay, so there's that image. And I can say, let me make it bigger. Let's give it a little bit of, now I'm looking at it in HD right here. So you've got to trust that I'm going to basically, give you, this review. Now, a reviewer says a lot of things, but you have to look at the review. So if you're just listening to the review, you're not getting a review. And you're not being a buyer that's putting the scrutiny to the product. Okay, so this is half chrome. Like I said, these are all good reviewers. But I feel that I can tell that they're in what they're saying, that they are giving this material more than they feel comfortable to do. And it happens a lot of times when somebody gives you a product and you feel obligated to make it, to build it up, okay? That's why a lot of times I buy products. Now, until I see what I would consider to be now I thought Dobo did a pretty good job with the Black Hawk, but because of the artifacts within the video, and this is not looking overzealously at the footage, because I am very forgiving. Like this, I'm saying this is a good image, okay? I'm saying this is a good image for, for a drone of this, with this sensor quality, okay? But I'm still having trouble with seeing how objects separate, okay? So I'm gonna go look at, and I'll show you some examples of that in just a second, okay? We're going to look at one. And I'm going to show you a terrible DJI version, okay? A terrible DJI video. But there's always a caveat to the last one. That'll be the last one that I show you. Because that drone that took that video and those pictures is 6 years old. This one is, once again, the next big thing, okay? This is the next big thing. That's what the claim is. You can't make next big thing claims, all right, until you put out something new. Here we go. Okay, so this is half chrome. Half chrome, I could play a little bit of the video. You can see, the trees moving. Some of the things that really help video, I'm looking at, see the edge right here of this of this golf course. That's either, yeah, it's a golf course. Now, when I see this edge from my perspective, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm saying that this is actually a pretty good video example of EXO. And I think this is probably a best case scenario. But you need to have consistency through the entire video, meaning that if you do put it in auto or you do lock the exposure, it should be consistent. You should be getting consistent. There's some focusing that definitely is happening. And sometimes drones don't focus quickly. There's a lot of big-time photographers that will come down really heavy on drones because the autofocus is too slow. And when you see that focusing, it really screws things up. So you need to lock that focus in, right? And you lock that depth of field. Okay, so this is pretty good. So I wanted to commend Half Chrome. I picked the best video piece out of his entire thing, right? Because there are other things within this video that are really crappy. I wouldn't, if I was trying to show off this drone, I would never put it in there. So I'm glad he did that. So I like it when a reviewer will show the entire clip and go, I want you to decide. So, and he does that. He's been that way for quite a while. And I'm actually going to give him a thumbs up for him. And that's what I do. I never do a dislike for somebody's work unless it's absolute garbage and I can tell that they're just, so I'll never do that. You can dislike my live stream all you want today. I don't care. But anyways, that's the first clip. Okay. So, I wanted to give you a really good EXO clip. Okay. There's a really good EXO clip. And once again, check out that detail. This is a really good clip. This is actually better than the Blackhawk clips I watched. I would say that if I had a chance to look at both videos and fly both drones, I don't want to fly the Blackhawk, and I'm going to tell you why. If they sent me a Blackhawk, I have nothing to basically compare it to. It's not as good as the original Air 1. It's not a freaking Air 2S, even close. And that's the sensor that they're fighting with, the 1 inch. And guys, when it comes to drones, I am a 1 inch or micro 4/3 guy all the way because we're there. That's where we are technologically. Now with the minis, now we're basically the DJIs finally with the Mini 3. I have not flown a Mini 3 once again. And I have not flown these. I'm going to be very honest. But I can look at the film footage. I have not found any Mini 3 stuff yet, and I'm not looking for it until I fly it. So I'm holding off on Mini 3 anything until I actually fly it and experience. Now this thing, all I have is this because I've been hurt. I've been hurt before. And when you're hurt, man, and you get screwed, it's very difficult to buy a second one. It's kind of like marrying the same woman twice, after a divorce. That's just nuts. And I need to be convinced. I'd rather fly a toy drone, at this point. And that's literally, what they're claiming. They're claiming that a toy drone company is now creating prosumer quality. Okay. Once again, next big thing. All right. Okay. Now here's another shot that I found. This is another EXO shot. Okay. I'm fine. I told you I was going to find good EXO shots. This is a really good shot. Okay. This is really good. All right. So if you thought I was just coming with a bunch of anti-EXO stuff, that's not true. This is Albert Kim. Okay. Albert Kim had a lot of trouble when I watched this video. I think he's very uncomfortable with these type of, and I guarantee they sent him one. And he's not a GPS drone guy, but he did this. So here's a little clip of EXO. This is from Albert Kim. And
it's got a much bigger sensor, so it's really not a fair comparison. And plus that drone's like almost double the cost.
So these are some pans that he's doing, and now you can see there's hazing out here, but we're seeing some stuff. We're seeing in this one specifically, like I said, once you get into the over sharpening, most of these lower budget sensors will do that. They claim that this is an expensive drone and this and that, and they charge a premium price. You get this over sharpening HD stuff, and he's probably doing that. This is not like smooth footage. It is just over sharpened color stuff. Okay. You can't see the gradients and the tones and that kind of thing. And that's what makes video better. So what makes video really good? Depth of field, high definition. These clouds over here will have more definition to them. My problem is I rarely see clouds, and it's very tough. Now this out here is just haze, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good out there. And what you want to do in a really good piece, okay, is you want that footage out there to basically blend in with this. You want something that is with that infinity focus, which is basically what it used. But before you go, I'm just going to tell you right now, you've got the same. I've had that Hubsan controller in my hand. I've flown with that thing, and it is not. Once again, it is not that. It's not. I don't care what you say. It is not that. It is 3 years ago, 4 years ago thing. And even then, when the Mavic Pro came out, that basically is a knockoff of an old Mavic Pro controller, which is amazing. It was the first enhanced Wi-Fi system. All right, moving on. He's going to defend the living crap out of.
You need to check out our list.
Okay, now this is actually the third. This is the third example. This is Tech Geek, and I got to find the footage. He was doing some mountain footage. This is where I really. This is Utah footage, by the way, I believe. I think that's where this guy's from. So this is mountain footage using the Mini equivalent, basically, okay? If this is my mountain shot, if I'm taking mountain shots, and this is basically, and I'm looking at it in HD right here, there's just so much blended together that it doesn't do what this camera or what this camera is said to basically be able to do. That, if you're going to pay $800 for a drone, I mean, right now we're getting that from basically a much less quality drone. So let's go ahead and move over. But it's a nice mountain scene. We got the dynamic. We don't have a dynamic sky, and I want to see some dynamic sky pictures from this thing. I want to see both the Black Hawk, and I did, like I said, Dobos is the only one that has any dynamics in the sky. Meaning I need to see blue clouds. The toughest thing is to take blue clouds and put it together basically with, basically bring the land and the sky together, which is really hard to do. Most people basically in video reproduction, they have to go and they have to cut. If you look at if you look at the top right there of the mountains, they literally will separate the mountains from the sky, and they'll actually reproduce the sky in After Effects, just because it's so hard to do unless you have a really big sensor. So, all right, that's enough. I've ranted for quite a bit here. I got to read through some of the comments. On the Mini 2, the camera, he's talking about like function. That it's the Mini 2, the camera starts after it takes off. Also on both drones, you have to turn on the OA after it takes off. I don't like that. Let's see. Before you go, I think the EXO and Hubsan released a new update for that. Now it gives you unlock feature to take off. A couple of the things that in the of some of the you look at the claims and what. Okay, so a couple of things that EXO wanted to do. They wanted to provide a more secure drone. One of their claims is that DJI basically steals data, okay? Freaking American companies steal the crap out of your data, okay? I think that's a valid point, but why are you afraid of them stealing your data? What data are they stealing? It depends on what you're afraid of. You want them to, you don't want them, getting into your phone accounts. Well, they're going to get in some other way. But so one of the things is security, and I understand that. I think that's a valid point. Another one was they want customer service. That was another one. They were saying that we're going to do better customer service. We're going to be, even Autel has good and bad days with customer service, and and most people will all agree that DJI has the worst customer service. Can I tell you about DJI's customer service? I've never used it. I have never sent anything back to DJI, except one thing, and that was the Action 2 camera. And I bought it at Best Buy, gave it back to them. Came out of the box not working. That was the only thing I've ever bought from DJI that has out of the box not worked, that they didn't fix with firmware. I've never used customer service, never had to call them for crashes, I've never had to call them for any of that crap. I've had several crashes with my drones. The drones basically landed on their own. Not one time did they break. Did I have to call customer service, or did firmware didn't fix it? So, and you could say that, well, if you do need customer service, it's nice to have it, right? So anyway, I told you I was going to bring in good video, quality video from good reviewers. These are great video samples. I'm not a fan of this picture, by the way. To me, this is Hubsan video right here. I'm not a fan of that shot. Now, I told you I said this stuff is good. I told you this is better. A little oversaturated, but you can basically take your own work in post-production. Can I do something with that? Absolutely, I can. So, if I'm taking pictures of houses and I was going to do a montage for a real estate company, so first of all, I wouldn't show up with this. I wouldn't show up with the Black Hawk, and I wouldn't show up with a Mini 2 Hubsan. I would get fired off the job. Professionals don't use those, and they don't use them because they're not good. I would get the best quality drone for what I could buy. I would show up with a Mini 2 before I would show up with a Hubsan drone at a photo shoot. I would show up with an Air 1, which I've seen, by the way. I was at a wedding shoot, and somebody showed up with a Mini 1. I respect them. Okay? If you showed up with an Autel Evo 2 Pro, respect. Evo 2 Lite, respect. So, all right, here we go. So I brought in good footage. Now, I didn't bring in the best footage I could find, okay, for the drones I'm going to compare them to. So here we go. This is an image basically taken with a drone of much less quality. And if you go out into the distance, into those mountains are over 3 miles away. I can see shadow. I can see separation. I can see greens the way they're supposed to be. I can look down into the water, and I can see the translucency of the water. I can see the differences of the color of the sand between the dry sand and the wet sand. I can see the toilet bowl and all of the detail that when water levels go down, that it creates in the rocks. And you can say, well, it's composition. It's what I'm taking a picture of that makes it great. Guys, that is a freaking Mini. That is a Mini 2 video sample. Mini 2. And, you know, it is what it is. I'm just telling you. There is so much going on in this scene. Now, the sky is gray as crap, okay? I told you, the hardest thing that a small sensor drone can do, now there isn't anything in the sky to see anyway, but to really prove that this thing was good or better, I'd have to have something up in the sky as well. It's not oversaturated, and it also is not too bright. Okay, so anyway, I said I am not. I want, if EXO is going to claim, I'm going to keep doing this. I do this, guys. I teach for a living. If EXO is going to claim it's going to be the next big thing, it needs to freaking prove it. It needs to be the next big thing. Okay. All right, here we go. So this is Mini 2 footage. And once again, you can get a Mini 2 for $379. That is and if you have never flown what I would consider to be a drone of good quality, and you spend $379 for a refurbished Mini 2, it will be the best flying experience you've ever had. You will go, I can't believe I've ever flown anything else. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying it. Here, let's look at some. Now we're not comparing. I'm just going to keep the Minis up there because that's the best. That is the best deal right now. $450 for a Fly More combo, still in the box. I mean, this stuff is just, they're giving their Minis away. Not because they're not good. They're giving away because they want the Mini 3. That's what they're doing. But if you have never flown this version with OcuSync, it's just telling you. All right, moving on here. Here is.
This is how Fiverr changed.
All right, well, we gotta watch this damn
commercial.
commercial.
My name is Drew, and I'm the face and hands behind the Fox YouTube channel.
I wonder whose channel this is. All right. All right. Okay. Of course, I am self. All right. So this is footage of the Mini SE, a $299 drone. Oh my God. $299. That's why I'm quiet. $299 for that shot right there. I can see detail in the rocks. I can see color. I can see reflection. I can see translucency in the water. The only thing, like I said, the hardest thing to do, I even see a mountain. Now this is Jackson Peak right here. Look at these mountains back in here. I can see in the distance another layer, which is probably 20, 30 miles away. Okay, this is SE, $299. And you want me to buy an EXO Blackhawk? This is just killer footage. And that's not even, and I'll put it side by side. There's more SE footage. No, I'm not saying any more. I'm not going to say one more thing. That's Mini SE footage. You can try to get me to spend $1,000 when I can spend $399. And guys, I am not lying here. I didn't make this crap up. Guys, I'm not a professional photographer. I mean, I move my head. Look at this guy. In my image, I can see the guy's fishing pole standing in his fishing boat. 2.7K. This isn't 4K. Is that guy still here? Is Before You Go still here? Drone syndrome. All right. Drone syndrome, I do not have you, and like I said, I am trying to make a case for those guys. I'm adding you as a moderator, drone syndrome. So what I'm saying is, here, I got this, here, let me turn that. I just got to get that off there. Sorry about that. But how can you argue with that? You can't make a better video. I'll move it. I'll get it moving just so you can know that it's real video.
It's a dark shadow right now.
Look at that. That is a mini SD. That is killer. Oh, guys, I know I'm selling the crap out of the mini SD right now, but it's selling itself. I'm just telling you. Blackhawk / EXO Mini, whatever the heck you are, you ain't fighting this battle. Here we go. Okay, now I'm gonna move it up to a split frame, or move it to a split frame, because this is Air 2S footage on the right. Now that's really murky water. There's mini SC footage on the left. I'll forward it so you can see the difference here. The Air 2S is better. I'm just telling you right away. But it's hard to really make that
right there.
Now you'll see that the Air 2S will just kick butt here in a second once I lift the camera. But the DJI, the Mini SE, is hanging in there, isn't it? It's hanging in there. Look at that. Look at the reflections in there. This is the 2.7K drone. This is basically the camera that they stuck on the Spark.
Get a little altitude.
Now you're starting. Wait. Now once I bring the camera up and Air 2S, freaking knocks it out of the park. That's why people are buying the Air 2S. That's a half a frame of Air 2S next to that. Once you stick the camera in there and I start getting, the focus right and everything, I think I do go full here. If I do go full frame with it, with the Air 2S. Look at that video.
We got a boat out there doing this thing.
I'll tell you right now. I'll put the Blackhawk next to the Mini SE. I'll go buy one. Okay. There's a Mini SE full force. So anyway, let's see. Dead random. Have you seen my? I'll check. Put your drone syndrome on the Hubsan Zeno Mini SE after their most recent firmware upgrade. That improves the camera and gives us. I think it truly looks fantastic. And the Mini SE. Yeah, I'll check that out. You are welcome to put the link up there. Drone syndrome. Anybody that wants to put links. So if you have what you consider to be what I would consider to be a stellar example of how, for example, you've flown a drone and it's gotten better. Because I'm actually thinking about getting the FEMI SE, because I've heard the FEMI SE does what this SE is doing. And the FEMI's still higher price. That's the problem. If I can still buy that DJI version, the problem with the advantage of the FEMI is you're going to get a better transmission system. And that's the big drawback to the DJI product is it's only made to go in a space this small. This is a pretty small space. It's only about a mile by a mile, okay, which is pretty much your limitation for your mini drone. Anyway, if you're flying farther than this in your mini drone, it's not made to do that. It's made to do this. It's made to, take your lake vacation and show you on the boat and stuff like that. It's small areas, little pieces of a city or something, so, but of course, if it gets dark, this is going to be crap. Most drones, when it gets dark, it's going to be garbage, Let me see if I can find I want to show you that's all SE footage. There's Air 2S right there. So there's the difference. That's full on Air 2S. And it's very hard to, you know, to. So here's, you know, so there's
a bet.
it's very hard to, like I said, the skies are very difficult. This was early morning. I didn't have any clouds. So it's, you know, it could be way better. But if I got low light, this is the drone to have. If I got in the evening, you know, this is low light, by the way. It's considered low light because the sun is still, you know, not completely lighting up this area.
I like that now. So, whoa, now there's a picture right there. That's pretty.
You know, there's Mini SE with some ducks. I mean, okay, I'm going to let it run just so you can see the ducks, the water moving. Give me some footage of the competitor doing the same thing.
Get down here and just.
They're not ducks. They're boats. I thought they were ducks. No, these are fishing boats. Duh. You're like, that's not very good footage. You can't tell the difference between ducks and boats. No, I'm looking at it in my screen over here. Now I'm looking over there. I'm like, because I can see it in high definition. So.
Not disturb them too much.
So yeah, those are fishermen. And one of my comments on this video is I don't want to disturb them. Well, with the Mini, I won't disturb them because you can't hear the damn thing. So, all right, okay. So anyway, I'm done with the rant. The rant's over for today. But you know, let's just finish. When you're, you know, when I'm gonna go to their main page here. You know, these are statements that they're making. In a world of innovation, there are often two major players in the market. There's a brand who was first and a brand who innovates. History shows us that the brands to innovate most always do better. And the brand that innovates is DJI, and they are doing better. So that is a really good statement to make, but it doesn't apply to you yet. You're not innovating, okay? It says the drone market is broken. I would agree with that, by the way. I would agree that the drone market is broken. It is broken. Because right now we're trying to charge premium prices for drones that aren't premium drones. This is a premium drone. That is the best drone you can buy for a pro. That is not a Matrice, okay, or an Enterprise. Enterprise is a drone for that usually has infrared or something on it that basically for inspections, heat sensing, and things like that. And then, of course, you know, you've got the other lines of the, you know, we're talking where you're starting to put the big cameras on them. But that's if you're serious about flying drones and you want to take great pictures, that's the one to get right there. That's the, you know, that's probably the best that's out there. It's a Micro Four Thirds flying. You know, it can go 22,000 feet. Okay, you can go freaking 5 miles away and try and fly. I think 9 miles is the most I've gotten out of my Mavic 3. 9 miles there and back. Okay, that's as much as I'm willing to go. Is, you know, so big money though. I agree. Okay, so and I think FSU grad, I think you are getting to the point. And the last thing that EXO claims is that it is inexpensive, and that is just false. They are not inexpensive. They are not budget. They are expensive. You know, it is, and I agree with this. It is David versus Goliath. And I am actually on the side of David. But David can't make claims that he can kill Goliath or hang with Goliath until he's claiming that he's basically bigger than Goliath. I am innovating, you know? But I want him to, you know? We're not currently, it says we are not currently blacklisted by the U.S. Pentagon for harvesting personal data. Guys, American companies harvest personal data all the time. I'm glad they're not, okay? Drones made simple. I can agree that. You can't get much more simple than an SE that can carry 2 different batteries systems, both LiPo and Lion. This is not a LiPo or / Lion bird. I believe it's only a Lion bird. I believe those battery packs are Lion packs. That's why it's getting the distance that it's getting. okay? I haven't looked at the specs. I'd have to look at the, there's, and I totally am for this guy. He's a marketing genius, okay? And he's probably making a lot of money. But he'll make more money if he makes a good drone. And he started out with, basically rebranding. These are rebranded toys. That's been done 1,000 times. That thing I've seen in 20 different versions with 100 different names. Make your own controller. Stop. I don't want nobody, EXO, if you want to innovate, make your own freaking controller. Okay? Do something with the antenna, the transmission system. Do something different, but right now you're not doing anything different. It says they're basically saying they grew faster than, and he's probably making $1 gazillion, and I'm glad for him. So, but I will be one of his best. I will be one of his biggest advocates if he can prove it to me. And I know I'm nobody, but nobodies sometimes speak pretty loud. Give me your best drone. Let me fly it. But I ain't buying it. I'm not going to buy it. I will buy my first EXO drone when you meet those conditions. You innovate. You do something different that other drone companies aren't already doing. Like I said, if you fly 47 minutes or 50 minutes and it's crap footage, why do I care? Why do I need to fly 50 minutes to take 50 minutes of bad pictures? Support. I don't know about that. I'm not going to claim that you're not a bad, that you know. So, all right, we were basically past my hour. I love that he's got his 107 stuff up there. Yes, you're sub 250. That's great on the, but once you get into this stuff, this is just old news. I just don't know why you can't make your own frame. You can't create your own version. I guess he did put articulating props on there. That was about it, So, but I am all for you guys. Charlie C. Okay, Salt Lake City. Send St. George your best bird, and wow me, make me happy. So, all right. But that's the EXO team, and like I said, I am their biggest fan. But I will be a bigger fan when they can do that, or that. Okay, here's the coup de grace, guys, or that. That's actually spark footage, very oversaturated spark footage from 6 years ago. So. 6 years ago. That's what I feel like when I'm flying EXO. So, but anyway, that is old spark footage. But Sam Rose, the EXO drone, is calling you. All righty, guys. I appreciate you listening to me, guys. And once again, I am not trying to slam this company. I want them to do great. They need to improve. They need to do this and this, and they need to do. If you can't do 4K, don't do 4K. If you can't do it, you can't do 2.7K in that. If your sensors suck or your software sucks, this stuff is right out of the box. Just like that. So, but thank you guys. I have a huge. I'm gonna read through the freaking comments and just get slammed. But that's okay. Don't be a bum. Hit the thumb. Yes, please. I appreciate that. Or hit it down. I don't care. If you think my rant is not worthy. I'm not making any claims that, I'm comparing apples to apples. I threw an orange out there, and the orange I don't think is good as the apples. So, and yes, we have the Air 2S Mafia out there. Guys, if you are going to get a new drone today and you're going to buy one for your dad who's never flown one, go get him an SE. Please don't start him down the road of crap toy drones. Go get him an SE, get him hooked, And, you know, if say you want to fly drones, you give him a good one. And then he'll go, whoa, we got to get a better one, son. It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like buying gaming systems. So I should buy an EXO. No, I'm not going to, no, not yet. Okay, not yet. I don't think so. I really don't. The money, guys, yeah, you can buy an EXO if you want. If your goal is to spend too much money for a product that's not as good as products out there, buy an EXO. Oh, God. I'm not buying one. I am not throwing $1,000. I'm not throwing $700. I was praying that it would be a good purchase when I bought the Autel Nano Plus. And I was praying. So, all righty, guys. But appreciate it. Glad you listened. You stood around to listen to my rant for today. Yes, it's another Goonie bird. And guys, this is the real deal. The crap that's behind me, that's the real deal. If you're a camera drone person, get the real deal. Okay, you will not go wrong. You will be happy with your footage, and it won't be junk. So, just kidding. Oh, I bought my brother an S, and he loves it. He was upgrading from a Holy Stone. Think about that. Guys, we all start with the toy drones, with the crap ones, and I spent way too much money for some crappy drones. So, and if I would have, and I remember when I bought my first Phantom. There's a video that I put up after I bought my Phantom 3, and I fell in love. It's just because it's better. All righty. All right, so today we're drinking the Fairlife 30-gram protein drink today. My weight loss program isn't working very good right now. I'm gaining weight. Maybe it's I'm working out hard, but I think I'm getting some muscle. Getting some beef. All right, anyway. That's what I'm hoping. It's either that or I'm getting fatter. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Dad Random outro coming your way. Thank you so much for watching today. Yes, please defend me because I'm going to get hammered for these last 2 videos. But they're the truth. They're the God's honest truth. And telling the truth sometimes just gets you in trouble. Oh, man. Yep, it just does. And if you're married, you'll know why. Later. Bye.